Hey, Jesus. How's it going? You jumped in here quick. Putting together an antenna. I made some of those gun rack things at work. Just filing down the sharp edges and got some foam and stuff to put on them. Figured I'd do that and chill on stream. So how's your day going? That's good. I don't know why, Jesus, but I have a gut feeling that YouTube's going to try to get me tonight. After Green and below average Utah Dad, I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to try to ding me. Even though I ain't doing anything wrong. Whoa, got 26 of you. I just fired up the stream. Jump into the chat. Let's talk. If you're new here, I'm a Guntuber. If you like guns, double tap that screen and like the stream. Hit that sub button. Yeah, I think this should work out pretty well. How's everyone doing this evening? Oh. One down. Don't freak out, YouTube. This isn't guns that I'm touching. How the hell did you have 41 people in here and I'm the only like? I just started, like just did. I haven't even been on for like 5 minutes. Dust. Which, by the way, thanks for hopping in. Dust Cover Actual is a fellow Guntuber. If you guys aren't subscribed to him already, feel free to go check out his content and listen to him. Everybody, double tap that screen. I am working on some gun racks that I made at work, and so that way I can get my gun wall done. Let's see, Dust, I'm going to pin your comment here. Appreciate you, bud. Thanks so much. $53 of you. Wow. Where you guys at in the comments? Come on. Shannon, I can't show you. I can't. YouTube is so anti-gun. I can't touch anything. I can't touch any firearms in my room, but I can tell you what's in it. It's a Ruger 5.7. Hi, Minnow. Welcome to the stream. What's up, FV? Yeah, sorry, Shannon. I wish I could show you. I should have taken it out of the case before I fired up the stream, but maybe next time. How you doing, FV? Let me guess, you laying in bed? Yeah, don't. Does Cover Actual just said the same thing, but I actually just started. It's been creeping on maybe 10 minutes. So, John, is that how you say it, John? How can I have one? What do you want? One down. How you doing today, Radio? Where's the suppressors? I don't have any suppressors. I wish I did. I live in the state of Illinois, so suppressors are banned here. Thanks, Radio. Yeah, we are dealing with some massive, massively crap, bullshit, stupid anti-gun stuff from YouTube right now. Yeah. In your opinion, what is a really good handgun? Um, the one that you see right in front of my bolt action here is a Smith and Wesson. Like Zach said there too, Glock. Glock is super reliable. In my opinion, I think Glock and Smith and Wesson are of the same caliber, especially Glock or Smith and Wesson with their M&P series. Yeah, I'm not uh, like a gun hater or anything really. Um, there's a lot of gun companies out there that do it well. It's people's preference for ergonomics and how it feels in the hand and all that stuff. The only guns that I'll ever like really crap on, of course, now is a Sig P320. I'm not a Sig fan, um, but like the High Point Yeet Cannon, that's absolute garbage. There's a few others, but other than that, most companies actually make a pretty solid pistol. Oh, radio, you're thinking about doing all that crap just to get a suppressor? Well, and Zach, I actually kind of disagree with you. They did innovate back in the 80s, but then they found a formula that worked and stuck with it. And other companies copied off them, but then, you know, kind of pushed the envelope even further forward. So I wouldn't say that Glock didn't innovate. They definitely did, but they're a no bullshit company. Like they found something that works. They're not pretty. They're just there for use. They're strictly business. So, and that's, I think that's why Glock is Glock. Me personally, like whenever I was picking out my first pistol, I was looking at Glocks. I was looking at Smith and Wessons, and I picked up a Smith and Wesson. And since I grew up shooting like 1911s and stuff, the grip angle on a Smith and Wesson just felt more comfortable to me. So I ended up going with Smith and Wesson. Buenos noches. I can't. No habla español. Tony the Boss. Beretta APX A1 Tactical is a pretty nice pistol. Beretta in general, my opinion, I think those are works of art. Those are, in my opinion, probably the most aesthetically pleasing pistol. How they did the slide with the exposed barrel and stuff. They're so unique. Yeah, Ruger 1022. It's a fantastic rifle. Luis, sorry, I don't speak Spanish. Hi, Dwayne. Welcome to the stream. I have many, but my daily is my grandpa's 36 special and a 6-hour P226. It's sat. So I've shot the P226. I've also shot a 365, and I've never shot a 320. Very comfortable shooting gun. I mean, they're comfortable in the hands. Just with all the crap that's happened and them not doing anything about it, I won't support that company. They make Other than the 320, they make pretty good pistols too. I do like the M&Ps, especially Gen 1. That grip angle is perfect. Just not a fan of the trigger. Well, Zach, if you like the Gen 1s, try the Gen 2s because the Gen 2s, the 2.0s, they completely redid the triggers. They are night and day different. So good. Rocking APX-1 tactical with a threaded barrel. They're definitely solid. Hi, Topher. Welcome to the stream, bub. All you guys that are in here, be sure to double tap that screen to like the stream. YouTube is really messing with us Guntubers right now and not pushing our content. They're trying to get us to quit. And the best way to be able to fight that and to keep the gun content going across all of us on YouTube is to be sure to like and subscribe, comment on our videos, share them, keep it going because YouTube is trying to shut us up. The 226 is just so amazing and pretty and handles so well. It does. It does. The 226 is a very good pistol. What about the pros of the M&P? Thoughts? The pros of the M&P for me, I love the ergonomics of them. The grip texture on that M&P metal, that tungsten Cerakote colored pistol there that you can see in the frame. The grip texture on it is fantastic. Another ergonomic feature I like is that one has replaceable back straps, so you can get bigger ones, smaller ones, just to fit the palm of your hand. The trigger on that is amazing. So good for a striker fire pistol. So that and then just grip angle. The grip angle's comfortable to me, but that's all my opinion. What I think is good, other people might not think it's so comfortable. Dwayne, I just subbed and I think I'm subbed to one other channel. Well, good. Keep subbing to anybody that you come across. So, because they really are. Like, I went from getting, you know, 1,000 to I think my max video is like 40,000. So 1,000 to 40,000 views on my videos, right? And something happened a couple weeks ago, and I am barely breaking 100 views per video. And YouTube bases it off of swipe rate and how many people stay to watch, and if they watch it on loop. And my statistics on those videos were very good, but YouTube didn't push them. So, and I'm not the only one. I've got several other gun tubers that I talk to on a daily basis, and everybody is experiencing that issue. Thanks, Zach. I really appreciate you. I don't sell anything, Casper. The Canic TTI Combat, man, that's such a beautiful pistol. I kind of hope that Terran Tactical does a little work with the M&P, because if they do, it's definitely going to be mine. Is it true that you can fit a 9 mil? Is it true that you can fit a 9 million side of A? What do you mean, Minnow? Oh, autocorrect. I meant to say, is it true that you can fit a 9 mil inside of a 45? I mean, you can because the 9 millimeter bullet is smaller than a 45, but it won't. You got to be able to have pressure to send that round out, and it won't work. Dwayne, yeah, really. Chaos, I'm getting rid of the TTI because of the firing pin grinding down issue. I didn't know that was an issue. So your firing pin took a crap on you? How many rounds did you have through it? Yeah, radio. I've read a couple things where it was questionable, but then I watched a YouTube video of this guy taking a TTI combat and unedited, like no screen splits, no nothing, just all one big fluent video. The guy did, I think it was a 1500 round, not stopping. So like he set magazines across this course, and he had to make laps, and he had 5 gallon buckets in like 3 different stations, and the gun was getting so hot even with him wearing gloves. It was getting so hot that he couldn't hold it, so he would like dump a mag. If it got to be too hot, he would dunk it in the bucket and then just reload and keep firing, and he did not stop, and it didn't jam a single time. That kind of won me over with it, to be honest with you. That was a serious torture test. Think J Dog said he put 9 mil rounds in his 1911 mag. He was just surprised it fit. Hmm. I picked up a PSA 300 blackout crank. Really wish I went with a 5x45 or 5.56. 300 is expensive. 300 blackout is expensive. And to be honest with you, unless you have, uh, to be honest, a 300 blackout, if you're shooting suppressed and shooting subsonics, I think that's whenever 300 blackout is worth it. Other than that, other than just like saying I have one, I would have just gone with a 5.56 as well. Dwayne, where are you from? I'm unfortunately from New York, at least in a red area outside of Buffalo, New York. Dwayne, I am with you here. So I'm not in New York, I'm in Illinois, but I'm in a red part of Illinois, and our sheriff has done said he's not going to enforce the stupid unconstitutional gun laws and all that. Now, I don't flaunt it or anything, but it's nice having law enforcement that backs us up. Chaos. I only have 200 rounds through my TTI, but it's commonly known issue that I didn't find out till after I bought the pistol. I'm gonna have to look into that, Chaos. Thank you. Would you be interested in 2 antique weapons? I knocked off a piece of one, and the other one is a 22. No thanks, Luis. Chaos. I'm going to just get a rival all metal. Oh, cool. The next all metal frame I'd like to get would be the Smith and Wesson Spec V. Start reloading, boys. Well, I just waited 2 days to pick up shotgun shells. I reload everything else. Yeah, I pretty much just buy everything. What I do is every week on my way home after payday, I go to the gun store. I buy one box of every single round that I need, and I just keep storing it. 300 is what the shop had, and I hated waiting for shipping, or else I'd order, but may suppress the 300. Yeah, Zach, you would be a lot happier if you would get a suppressor and get some subsonics. I got the Glock 47. Have had it for a while, and I love it. Have no issues with it. Have never been a Glock fan until the 47. Why weren't you a Glock fan, if you don't mind me asking? What's up, Orange? How you doing? That screen, man. Like the stream, please. It really helps the algorithm. YouTube is really messing with us Guntubers right now. New York makes you do background checks for freaking ammunition now. That's insane. Illinois is not that bad yet. Yet. Sorry, Walter. I don't speak Spanish. At the Glock, never liked how it was shooting. Gotcha. Love my CZs. Oh, I love CZs as well. Oklahoma here might be the best 2A state besides Texas. Yeah, I'd say you're probably telling the truth on that. Illinois is number 2 worst. You got Hawaii, then Illinois, then California, then New York. At least that's what Washington gun law says. And if you guys don't follow him, I suggest that you do. He always keeps up on everything gun related. Wow, radio. So like you can't even order from like Midway USA or anything like that. It has to go through an FFL. Chaos, yeah, Florida's freaking awesome too. That one sheriff you guys got down there is awesome to watch on YouTube. Can't wait to get all these done. Get these mounted so that way I can get my guns on my wall. So that way I don't have to do all this stupid crap anymore. I can just have them up. Give you guys something pretty to look at. No, Luis, I am not a gunsmith. I work on my own stuff for the most part, but I'm not a gunsmith. I'm kind of what you would consider like a shade tree mechanic in the gun world. I can do all the basic stuff. Yeah, Grady Judd. Yep, that's him. Zach, that is an SKS. It's a Chinese Type 56. Hell, I just had 5,000 rounds delivered to my door last week. And see, I mean, at least here in Illinois, I can do the same thing. That don't matter. Not yet. I live in Indiana, and not all, but a lot of people don't know how to carry or handle themselves while carrying is ridiculous. I was talking to a cop that was saying the same thing. People need training. Yeah, yep. I think it's wise that people get training. Like, I almost kind of agree that, here in Illinois, we have to take a class for concealed carry. And, I think we should just have constitutional carry, but also at the same time, um, I think it's kind of an idea because whenever I took my class, we had like 26 of us in there, and there was some people in there that didn't even know the functions of their own gun, and they're in a class to conceal carry. Like, I don't really stress me out being at the firing line with some of these people, to be honest with you. Had my bolt carrier group get stuck in my rifle. Might have to get to a gunsmith to look at it. Like, you can't even smack the butt, grab a hold of your charging handle and smack, see if you can get that to break loose. Because the only time I've ever had my bolt carrier group get stuck was whenever I had a failure to extract, and they tried feeding the next round, but I dropped the magazine and like tried to shake out the round that got pinched in there, and accidentally hit the button and sent the bolt carrier group back home, and it got stuck. And what I had to do was just smack it a couple times. Gas key made blue, had that happen, and my bolt carrier was super stuck. Easy part to fix. Chaos. I'm going to the range tomorrow to break in my new Springfield Operator 1911 45 ACP. Have a buyer for the TTI. Hey, there you go. Indiana is only $75 for a lifetime carry permit for the constitutional carry, and it really shows. Yeah. Well, and the one thing that I think that they need to start doing is bring this stuff back into school for kids to learn, like trap shooting and stuff like that. That stuff used to be in school. Same thing with archery. That's the whole reason why we have this problem, is because there's nothing being taught anymore. Hell, in Illinois, they just passed a law this year that nobody even the under the age of 18 can shoot a gun. So, like, I used to take my daughter out, and she'd shoot her 22 and stuff all the time. And I've recorded a couple videos and had them on my YouTube page, but I can't do that anymore. Whoa. Make sure everyone hits that like button. Hey, EDC, how's it going? If any of you guys haven't, if you don't recognize the name, go check out Everyday Carry. He is also a fellow gunner. That help sucks. Ain't that right, EDC? Kids these days way too irresponsible in my eyes. Yes, it is. Yes, they are, and it's uh, you know, for one, it's social media. People getting stuck and glued to their phones, not touching grass, and not learning with their hands or anything like that. But it's not just social media's fault. It's the government's too, because they're putting regulations on everything. Have to put warning labels. Don't drink the Windex. Like, you know, my grandpa was in here back in my day. Yeah, yep, definitely agree, Zach. Everyday carry, I am doing great, man. I'm so I made some gun rack brackets at work. Just took some 3-inch channel, welded them on some 1/4 inch flat stock, and then I got some one-sided adhesive, and I'm just putting it in there. And I'm gonna mount these on the wall and hang all my guns up. So I made 36 of them. Yeah, there really is no more accountability in anything. I mean, they're letting people out, no bail, stuff like that. It's ridiculous, really is. These people are going in and like shooting up schools and shit and just getting like life in prison. Like, no, I don't want to pay for freaking 3 squares and a cot for this dude for the next forever. Just do a firing squad, get rid of them, lock people up that need locked up. That would be a good start. Yeah, EDC. What's the EDC today? Got the 19 with me right now. What's everybody else carrying? Well, I'm not carrying anything on me right now. All my carry stuff is surrounding me. Ooh, the CZP-10. Very nice. I think my favorite CZ that I've shot so far has probably got to be the CZ75P01. How much recoil did you lose on that with the ramjet, Zach? Pretty significant. SIG P226 Legion. Awesome. Bushnell RMR. Red Dot. FinTech 450 Woman Light. What the hell is a Woman Light? Telescope in ya Vegas? What? Hey, J Dog. How's it going, man? Thanks for jumping in here. Be sure to double tap, like the stream, try to help me out here. My views have went to crap the past 2 weeks. Yokoshima, welcome back. I know you've had issues getting ammo. Do you order online mostly? No, actually. I usually just go to my local gun shop, but um, I do order online from time to time. Thanks, J Dog. Everybody else in here, if you have not subscribed to J Dog is also a Guntuber. Let's fight YouTube. Keep trying to push that algorithm. Go check out his content. Hit the subscribe button. I was so happy to finally get the long-awaited Deagle dump vid. It was long-awaited. You mag dumped the Deagle. I got to go check that video out after the stream. If you ever want bulk gun deals, an app does wonders. I tend to buy 500 to 1,000 for each caliber. Very nice. Lumen. My phone is stupid sometimes. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is a woman like? They're messing with your views too. Yeah, we were talking about this on Brothers Brothers with Blickies. Gotcha. It was a middle finger to YouTube because people are going to search that and YouTube can't stop the Thunderdome. Well, I'll search it and then I'll share it on my channel because I definitely want to see that. Next thing you need to do is you need to trigger slap a 500 Smith and Wesson. Yeah, 4570s are gnarly. Oh, the Derringer? Yikes. You're buying a Smith and Wesson Yokoshima? Is that what you mean? It's the best Deagle mag dump on YouTube, 100%. Besides the FA one that Black Rambo has. I got you. I really like the look of your Deagle though. That brushed steel look is just beautiful, beautiful. You done with your AK yet? It was the AK, right? The one that you were also doing that same design on. Oh, you're gonna do a mag dump on a Smith and Wesson 500? Very nice, very nice. I will watch it. Sweet, J Dog. I can't wait. I'm gonna grab my trash can real quick so I can throw stuff away. Okay, don't pull the same crap as below average Utah dad, YouTube. Not touching a gun. I'm not touching a gun. I'm not touching a gun. It's a fucking trash can. What's up, Johnny B? What scope do you use for long range PRS style rifle and 6.5 Creedmoor Night Force versus Leopold versus Zeiss? So the rifle that you have here in the frame is a 6.5 Creed, and I have the Vortex Venom 5x25 on it, and I love it. What do you think about the 300 rum? Like 300, so 300 blackout, 300 win mag. What are you talking about, Willow? YM, you belong on a watch list. Why is that? Give me a valid reason why I belong on a watch list. Probably. EDC, probably. Watch lists are just in case they start drafting again. Hey, that's fine. If China wants to come and try messing with us and I get my drafting number to fight my own country, I'm on it. YM, you look like the type to love 6.5 Creedmoor. I do. It's a great round. But you didn't answer my question. Why does that put me? Why do I need to be on a watch list for that 300 Remington Ultra Magnum? I don't have any personal experience, so I couldn't tell you. YM is a dude. Don't fall for the pick. It's a transmission. uh, I'm gonna pry on a watch book, not list. Oh, YM control as much as he she wants. I don't care. Makes the makes the stream even more fun. I love it whenever like, anti-gun people or trolling people get in here. Makes for a good time. I got a Savage 30-06, 270, 12 gauge SPX, 17 HMR plus a 22. Very nice, James. Very nice. 17 HMR. I just picked one of those up. I love it. Little man is scared of recoil. You see that shotgun above my head? Bird's head grip, shooting 2 3/4 double aught buck. I also did it while riding a lawnmower, cutting grass. No, I don't have problems with recoil. Shooting at 6'5" as a grown man is gay. You are trying really hard, but you suck at it. Just saying. YM is my #1 fan. Shout out to him, her, or they, them. My beginner setup. What gun think I need? My beginner setup. What gun do you think I need next? Oh, from Canada. Yikes, man. Well, that really makes it difficult for me to help you because I don't even know what you're allowed to have up there. Um, I know that you can have an SKS, but I think you're only allowed to have 5 rounds, not 10. So I think if you have any up there, I'm pretty sure that they put a pin in the magazine so that way you can only hold 5. But an SKS would be a good semi-automatic rifle option for you because I think that's about the best you can get there. YM comes into my stream and he always shows love. I love that foo. I got a 6.5 Creedmoor Savage Axis. Oh, cool. That the Savage. That's actually what. Well, where'd it go? I got my 17 HMR over here. That's a Savage. EDC is obsessed with me. Well, if you look like your profile picture, maybe limited though. Yeah, I know you're super restricted, but an SKS, really, to be honest with you, would probably be as far as a semi-automatic rifle. I would suggest that to you. Marlin 1894. I mean, lever actions are good. It kind of sucks, being so limited up there. That's why you guys just need to become the 51st state. Get your gun rights back. Grizz, I have no experience with that. HKP 30s. No. I'm not even sure what firearm you're talking about. If I'm honest with you, I've only been actively in the gun world for the past 3 years. And I mean, I've always been around guns and shot them and stuff, but uh, I've really only started pushing the envelope and learning for the past 3 years. Oh yeah, yeah, YM, you caught me. I love penis. I have a Marlin Model 60 Sweet. Hey Pat, welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's iconic from John Wick Chapter 1. Now you've got me thinking. I'm going through the scenes in my head because I love that movie. I've only seen John Wick 1 and 2. I haven't seen any of the others. I wish I could be in my closet. No room with the damn safe. What's the dream gun? Hmm. Man, that is a tough one. No, it's not. M110. M110. 100%. The real M110. The SASS. Nothing fancy, no bells and whistles, nothing like that. Just, you know, a bare bones M110. I would love that. I'm a sucker for DMRs though. Miles, no, I do not have a Taurus Judge. Top or bottom? There's no real preference there, YM. What about you? Weebles, 22 LR best self-defense caliber. I would have to disagree. Best self-defense caliber, in my opinion, is 12 gauge, 2 3/4, double up buck. Kind of got into lever actions this year. Yeah, lever actions are sweet. Working the lever is definitely very satisfying, in my opinion. Scar 17 or Spaz 12. I've heard some like bad stuff about the Spaz 12. That it's like super unreliable. The semi-automatic function, anyway. It's like an expensive polished turd. They look super cool though. Can't deny that. AK-74 versus AR-15. Which do you like better and why? Zach, style and ergonomics wise, AR-15. I love the AR-15. AK-47s though, they're a no bullshit rifle. If I had to pick one, I would say the AR-15. That's probably more so just because I'm more comfortable with it. That and there's a lot more like customizing options to better fit you on an AR-15. Man, I wish Canada didn't restrict so much can apply as a trapper to get a pistol. You have to apply as a trapper to get a pistol. Can you guys carry up there? Get you one, man. Get the one that can shoot 3-inch 410. Oh, that'd be cool. I didn't know that they had those in 410. HKs in general are the best gun brand in my opinion. Um, I don't have really all that much experience with HKs, but I mean they are definitely a high-end brand in my opinion. 12 gauge is good if you can't aim. No, I mean 12 gauge is good if you can't aim, and 12 gauge is really good if you can aim. 12 gauge in general, 2 3/4 double aught buck, especially. So my shotgun that I have above me here, bird's head grip. I picked that for my home defense shotgun for a reason. For one, you can grab that thing sideways and walk straight through a door, so you don't have to try to work a gun through a doorway. And I wanted a shorter barrel because I didn't want it. I wanted spread. And any point in my house, from wall to wall, you've got no more than 20 yards. And so the shockwave is devastating in that. Now, it's not one that you need to like go out and try shooting at range, but as far as the home defense situation, that is a nasty gun. Zondring, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, bud. Love to hear your take on those. Tough and cool guys flexing AR pistols with 3-inch barrels on YouTube with some rap music playing in the background. Yeah. And you know, the funny thing is those people that do that stuff, they're not the ones having problems with the views. I swear, YouTube, it's an agenda. So they want the people to act like idiots and push that content because it makes gun owners look out to be bad. But then we have people like, EDC, J Dog, Ammo Alchemist, Dust Cover, Below Average Utah Dad, like all those guys. We're all informative and we're all hurting. Weebles, I will politely disagree with you. I think the Shockwave is a good shotgun in its territory. If you're using it for home defense, it's a fantastic option. If you're using it to try to shoot clay pigeons, yeah, it's probably terrible. Yeah, Yokoshima, the Aftershock, I've really been eyeballing those as well. I've been kind of waiting though because I wanted to see some like torture test videos and stuff and see how they do reliability wise. They definitely look cool. Jars, how's it going? King Gun Love from Texas. How's it going? Hey Curtis, you love gun conversation? Well, you came to the right place. It's all I talk about here. Zach, are you talking about Gingerbread is a cool Guntuber as well? I think that's his name, Gingerbeard. That doesn't ring a bell to me. And Zach 500 or 870. If you're talking about my shotgun back here, that's a Mossberg 590. Derek, what's your go-to carry firearm? That tungsten Cerakoted pistol with the red dot right there by the trigger guard on my bolt action. That is my Smith and Wesson M&P9 uh, metal. That's my go-to carry gun. I've got a couple others as well. I've got a smaller one, so if like it's in the summertime and it's really hot and I'm only wearing a t-shirt and I don't want to print, I'll carry it instead. What do you think about the CZ brand? King, I love CZs. My bolt action here is actually a CZ. It's a CZ 600 Alpha. Um, they are well known for their pistols, but they make fantastic rifles as well. Got a Shockwave and a TAC 14 for a couple of house rigs. Hell yeah. Yokoshima, oh yeah, unless you have the money, never go for the first round of distribution. Yeah, yep, I always like to try to wait, like my Mossberg 940 Pro Tag. Got the BCG free, but there's a live round stuck in the barrel. Oh, no way, Radio. Are you serious? Be careful with that. Hey, Ammo. Well, well, well. Hey, when am I going to get one of them patches, man? You got any of those left? I need one of those for my plate carrier. I was actually just talking to EDC on his stream this morning about it. Hello from Louisiana. I feel at home on this channel in my neck of the woods. We like our weapons. Hey, well, welcome home, man. All of you are welcome here. Every single one of you. And if you haven't yet, be sure to double tap that screen and like the stream. Be sure to subscribe too, because I do try to at least get on live stream once a week, sometimes twice if I can. But I really try to focus on posting videos. But with YouTube's algorithm right now, I've kind of just been, I don't know, like I work really hard on these videos and do a lot of editing, and then they don't push them, and it's really frustrating. All right, Ammo, I sure will. Thanks, man. I'll rock that patch for sure. Also, everybody else in here, if you haven't seen Mo Alchemist before, be sure to go check out his channel as well. Continue to support the 2A community. Life behind the lens. It's so useless to have that many weapons. Like if you're not going to use those weapons to kill people, and I really no use to have them just to stare at them. Come on, put them to use. Well, I'm not going to put them to use. I will if I ever have to, but I'm not going to just jump up and put them to use. Are you kidding me? And gun ownership is a culture. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry about you. You're the best YouTuber. Well, thanks, Zach. I will definitely take that compliment, but I'll disagree with you. I do enjoy making content, though. Useless to have more than one pair of shoes if you only got 2 feet then. Yeah, that's a good analogy there. What gun is the rifle? The one that's on the table in front of my computer here. That's a CZ 600 Alpha. It's a bolt action chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Zach, I do go hunting, but I only hunt with my bow, which is off screen here. You can't see it. And I hunt just whitetail, just to fill the freezer for the family. Crash. Wow. It's a gun group. We collect guns and we appreciate the design and the capabilities. Yeah, Yep, 100%. Yeah, it is 100% a culture. It's not just a hobby for some of us, it's a way of life. I like the single creed more. Every weapon, every weapon we gun owners have are investments, in my opinion, and if need be used, so be it. Yep, and they really are investments. And because when you buy something new, yeah, it goes down in value, but it will go up. SKSs, for example. I'm sure some of you guys in here who might be older than me remember buying SKSs uh, covered in cosmoline for $100. Well, I bought mine along with 800 rounds of 7.62, but I bought mine for $600. They're just going up and up and up. Hi, have you looked into the 327 Federal Magnum? Saw the Ruger box in the back. Curious. No, no, I have not. That's actually a Ruger 5.7. Do you have a suggestion for a decent scope for precision rifle? Send it. What is your budget? Believe it or not, I am a gunsmith. Hey, I believe you, Edward. It's good. We need more gunsmiths. We really do. I just seen the 26 times frame. I dig it. I see lots of people molding the 26 frame to making a 19. May get one. Yeah, they are expensive now. I have an old Mosin I got for $100. Has a really cool provenance. It's now worth 1,200 somehow. Wow. Yeah, see, there's a lot of guns that just keep on increasing in value. Bro, you got anything cool or what? Well, I don't know. I've got a lot of guns put away, but what you see here, I got an SKS. Uh, this is that little wannabe AR above me is actually pretty cool. I haven't seen very many of those. That's just a Mossberg 715T. What they did is they took a Mossberg 710, which is just a 22 plinking rifle, and then they put it in a AR-15 chassis. Have you tried a shotgun with 12 gauge for self-defense? Well, I haven't used one in self-defense yet, but I've done tests with it. I definitely wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of it. I had a Russian SKS and a Chinese paratrooper. Oh, you had a Chinese paratrooper? That's awesome. Those are really worth some money now. Edward, my favorite gun is a 17 HMR. Yeah, it's a very special round. If you have any wind though, that 17 HMR kind of sucks. Perico, I want to add more guns to my collection, but I don't know what else to get. That sounds like a problem I don't have. I've always got guns on my list that I want. Any suggestions for a concealed carry holster? I have a little bit of a big belly. Well, I'm really skinny, um, but I use the T-Rex arm sidecar holster. Aside from all the drama that's happened with T-Rex, I don't know if any of you guys are keeping up with that. They have good holsters. As long as they're there to serve a good purpose and make good equipment, I don't really care about moral values. So, but they make really good stuff. I think it's Alien Gear. They're the ones that do Kydex on the front and leather in the back for to be more comfortable. So maybe those guys might be a better option for you, so it doesn't cut into your belly so bad. Perico, I want to try the 8.6 Blackout. Yeah, have you seen those rounds? Man, those things are massive. Man child who never shot a real rifle. Talking about yourself? Oh, I have no doubt it's violent. FF. That's the whole point of me having one. What do I think about the Anderson AR? I kind of put Anderson and Air Precision on the same level. I think that they are a good uh, budget AR-15. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It'll definitely get your foot in the door. Just stumbled across this live. Hope everyone is doing good tonight. Hey, Boone, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. Seems like everybody in the chat's doing good. What about yourself? How are you doing? I have tier one as well, send it, but all my tier one stuff is outside the waistband for my I got a Core Essentials battle belt. I love the tier one stuff. I don't know anything about their inside the waistband stuff though. I've been running Tolster the last couple years for summer carrying. They have been good. Affordable rifles, but expensive ammo. I mean, 5.56 ain't too bad. Or are you talking about the 8.6 Blackout? Took the number one crown from you, Frico. Johnny B. I have the tier one concealed inside the waistband. It's decent. I'm a sucker for like so. T-Rex has a sidecar holster where it has the pivot system, but I like carrying an extra mag. I don't know. I feel more comfortable having an extra magazine with me. My next gun for my collection will be a Henry rifle. I didn't decide which one. Do you have a 22 LR yet? I would say get a 22 LR Golden Boy with the hex barrel. If you already have one, then get the 4570. Ah, wait, maybe a 357. Fuck it, just get all three. Just get all three. Not too bad, not too bad. What are your favorite firearms you got? Um, well, I've got a Ruger 5.56 that I absolutely love. Um, it's not in frame. Uh, I've got my CZ 600 Alpha here. I love that. And then my all-time favorite gun, I think, in my collection is my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal. It's that tungsten Cerakote that's leaning up against my bolt action. I've probably got 2,600 rounds through it. What's your home defense setup, if you don't mind? So my home defense setup, all my guns are unloaded, every one of them, except for two. My carry gun, which is that tungsten gray 2.0 metal, and then my Mossberg 590 up here. Those two are always ready to go. Naturally, I will go for my pistol first because it's always out. It's on my bedside. But I will. I always have my shotgun close to me as well. Johnny B, I did buy that pre T-Rex drama. Not to say I still wouldn't buy something from them now, but I don't know. I don't know if their qualities went down. I've heard that I've heard that they've lost some employees though, which doesn't surprise me. Hey Nix, welcome to the stream. FF, if you want sell weapon, do you need a license for that? Yeah, you need a, well, wait a minute. If you're just wanting to sell one gun, you can go through an FFL. But if you're like wanting to sell guns, yes, you need an FFL license. My favorite, believe it or not, is the Taurus G3. So good. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not a huge Taurus fan, but I have shot a Taurus G3, and they're actually not a bad pistol. The trigger is kind of meh, but it's they run. So, Godfather, stop by to say hi and drop a like. Got work in the morning. All right. Well, thanks, Godfather. Thanks for jumping in. Get some rest, man. Zach, what would you do in a survival situation? Um, well, I've got two daughters and my fiance, so I'd have to deal with that. But I mean, I've got battle vest, battle belt. I've got um, all the weapons and ammo I need. Uh, we've got food packed away. Um, I think we would do all right for a while. What's up, Eric? How's it going? I was wondering if I was going to see you. Pew pews. Oh, pews and paws. Sorry. How you doing? All right, Jars. It was good talking to you. Enjoy the time with the missus. Hey, Ballistics. Never bought T-Rex arms, but I heard Lucas likes to shit on the night vision community. Not the coolest thing to be doing. He shits on the night vision community? I've watched a lot of his videos. I've never heard him say anything about it. I want to get the Panzer M4 clone. I think those are dope. I think M4s in general are dope. My favorite weapon would have to be the Colt Python. If I get a Colt Python, I'd like to get a 6-inch. Oh, okay. I don't think night vision is all that bad, to be honest with you. Ballistics. Lucas said stop taking pictures at Wendy's and gas stations and actually train with them. 100% agree. Yeah. Yeah, go out to the range at night and shoot and stuff. Have any of you guys watched the Guntuber That Ain't Bad? He's been doing a lot of night vision shooting here lately. I've been really digging it. Question: I'm looking to build a SIG P365 macro with the Romeo X and probably on a TLR7. My question though is, would you go with the slide comp or buy a third party comp like Harrington? Hmm. What's the metallurgy difference between the two slides? Because if there's nothing different to them, like metallurgy wise or weight wise, I would just go with the cheaper one. I'm good. Just been scrolling the pages, see what new bullet slingers are out that I could pick up. Gotcha. What's my favorite handgun of all time? Probably a 1911. Just for like how they feel in my hand. EDC. Thanks, bud. I'm gonna pin your comment. Let's run them likes up, everybody. Everyone in here, double tap that screen, like the stream. Be sure to hit that sub button too. YouTube's really been shitting on gun tubers here lately. So any gun tubers that you see, be sure to hit that like button. They're trying to make us quit. They're not pushing our content. You sig. I'd go with a gun that doesn't unalive people. All right, well, Johnny, the 365 macro doesn't unalive people unless it's intended. But just don't get a SIG P320. I personally won't buy a SIG after what they've done and denying that. But if you already have it, yeah, I've shot a P365. They're actually a really good shooting gun. I got the slide comp version. It's not like holy shit, but it's a noticeable difference. Hey, every little bit helps. That's why I really like putting lights on my pistols. Because like my metal's not comped, but I have a TLR1 on it, and it really helps reduce muzzle flip. Six sells a slide version, but Harrington sells a comp that's threaded on to the end of the barrel. Oh, I would go with the Harrington arms then. I was impressed with the Canic Prime 2. The ported comp barrel actually worked really well. SIG's lack of accountability is all I need to never buy their products. Yeah, yeah, and that's all it is to me too. You know, they make a lot of good guns. The P365, the P226, legendary guns. But how they handled the 320 situation, no thanks. I'm done with them. I'm building a Mark 12. Any thoughts for lowers? Um, if it was me, you could do TM, Daniel Defense, Stack Arms. I don't know what your budget is though, but I mean like whenever it comes to the lower, as long as it's a good grade aluminum, the higher end ones you'll get a tighter tolerance to where your upper and lower won't wiggle as much, and there's no play. So, but I mean you can get like an Aero Precision or something like that if you're tight on money. Bro, I want a Kimber Raptor so bad. I'll have to look those up. I'm on it. It kind of sounds familiar. Holy crap, J Dog, I passed 500 subs. I was just at like 450. All you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. What is your thought on 22 long rifle? I think that is a required round in every American's home. That is such a good round, and it's a great survival round because they're cheap. You'll find them everywhere. And, you know, if times ever get really tough, you can hunt with it. It's great for varmints and all that stuff too. Let's ask a real question. What has SIG done to you personally? To me personally, nothing, but that's because I haven't let them. I don't want to have a SIG P320 in my house and then make it personal. I don't want to be unalived by SIG. They handled that whole situation very poorly. Ligera makes a fantastic rifle. Built one out for 1,000 yard high angle course last summer and it handled it no problem. Sweet. Well, I live on a farm and that's why I was just asking because I have one myself. Yeah, yeah. If you live in rural America, it's pretty much a necessity. So, I had chickens last year and I had some varmint issues and unfortunately I lost. I spent like 4 days hunting at night, like sitting up on my porch and just waiting. I ended up getting it was like two or three coons, four possums. Uh, I had a fox come up, but I couldn't bring myself to shoot it because you don't see them very often around here. And I don't know, I felt bad, but he ended up not being able to get anything and he moved on. But I ended up having a muskrat that burrowed its way into my chicken coop from the ground and took the rest of everything I had. Why you got the cheap ass airsoft red dot on the carry handle build? Because that's a cheap ass, not uh, an AR wannabe. All that is a 22 long rifle. It's like a $250 gun. So it is for the kids and the wife to shoot for plinking and having a good time. So I'm not going to slap an expensive optic on it. I know it's an Amazon special, but that's not like a BCM or anything. It's just a Mossberg 715T. It's a crap gun with a crap optic. Yo, Tac Dad, when I get my nods, I'll definitely head down your way for some night shenanigans. Hell yeah, come on down, man. You're always welcome. You know that. You think you could kill a medium-sized hog with your bare hands? No. No, I cannot. I can about guarantee it. I can see far enough to see that cheap ass Amazon red dot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Been looking at getting a grab a Holosun red dot, same price. I'm good, man. It holds zero. It's for the kids. Really don't care. Holosun 403B, usually $100, range and reliable. That dot was 20 bucks. Hold zero at 100 yards. Never had a problem with it. I've got my expensive optics on all my real guns. Have an M&P 1522 for the wife and kiddos as well. Yeah, this is so the M&P 1522 is more of the same features as a normal AR-15. That is not. So it looks like an AR-15, but it's actually just a polymer frame around a Mossberg 710 22 plinker. The charging handle is just like molded in. You can't use that. It's got the same charging handle from the Mossberg 710. You got to see that thing up close. Like it really looks like one of the crappy airsoft guns we would get from like 20 years ago. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Johnny B. Horror son. Tactical Dad, you got to say every few minutes for the new peeps to pop in to like and subscribe. I know. I keep forgetting, and I don't like bugging the people that are already in here. What J Dog said. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Hey, thanks, Zachary. I appreciate it. I love my Tipman. Yeah, I was wondering, was it you and I that were talking in the last stream about the Tipmans? Because I didn't know that the Tipmans were all aluminum. I thought they were polymer like the 1522s. Is buying shotguns as your first firearm a wise decision? Have you shot a lot of guns before and you're buying your first gun, or is like this your first gun ever? Because if you don't have any experience with firearms really at all and you're going to buy your first firearm, no, a shotgun, in my opinion, is not a good one to learn on. So, because especially if it's a 12 gauge, the recoil is a little bit hefty and it can turn new shooters away, and it'll make you not want to train with it. I'm using a suppressed 9mm PCC with hollows for varmint control. Oh, sweet. Is this dude some sort of tactical dad? Well, I have a lot of tactical gear and tactical-esque guns, and I'm a dad, so yeah. Deco, no, I don't have any experience with the M&P 57. I was looking at them though. I didn't want the FN, but I was looking at the M&P 57 and the Ruger 57, and I ended up deciding to go with the Ruger 57. Which caliber do you prefer using, 7.62 or 5.56? Definitely 5.56. Do I have a Glock? No, no, I do not have a Glock. Ammo, what do I look for in a man? Well, got to be burly, and they got to make their own ammo, have sweet revolvers with tack lights and red dots, makes their own custom patches. Guys like that. I've been watching a dude for an hour and a half talking about guns. What a night, lol. I want to start doing some lives. Start doing some lives, Zach. Hey, Jolly. How's it going, man? M&P 2.0 is metal or polymer? It is metal. So the rail is stainless. The lower is 7075 T6 aluminum. A Glock 17 or a 1911 for a first gun. B, make sure to try holding it in person. Your hand size and grip matters. Yeah. I would say for a first gun, though, if you can, I would say a Glock 17 over a 1911, just because of ammo capacity and reliability. I know there's a lot of 1911s out there that you can run the dog shit out of. So, Utah, how's it going? Hello, friends. He looks for a bit of a Yaga in a man. Someone asked me that last night and said nothing else. Oh, well, that's weird. Yeah, yeah, Jolly. That was the point. Been shooting guns since you was 12. Okay. Then I would say a shotgun would be all right. What's your thoughts on the BCM Mark II 11.5? I wouldn't mind having one. Um, if I was going to go with an SBR first, a 10.3. I'd like to do a Mark 18, a nice Daniel Defense Mark 18 clone. So, but 11.5, you do pick up some velocity. I think like, what's the phrase I'm trying to think of? Diminishing returns whenever you start shortening the barrel. I think 11.5 is that sweet spot. but I've always liked Mark 18s. Would I carry a Bodyguard 2.0? I would, but I'm not a huge fan of 380. I just don't think it's enough. Have you seen the Kentucky ballistics YouTuber that nearly killed himself with a 50 cal? Yes, I have. I'm subscribed to him. I've been watching him for a long time. I actually remember whenever that video came out. That was wild. The guy almost died. I'm personally going to go with a 16-inch so I can use whatever stock I want. Yeah. As far as, like, if you're getting your first AR-15, I would definitely say a 16-inch. Hey, Tech Dad, thoughts on the 11.5 Daniel Defense DD4 first shit hits the fan build? I think that's a really good option. Because, I mean, you can touch out with an 11.5. You can. Don't let anybody fool you. But, and it's also good for close quarters. It's a good happy medium between the two. So, but like Johnny just said, if you're looking to get your first AR-15, I would suggest going with a 16 first. Exodia, didn't hear your advice. Can you repeat, please? Oh, you were the one that was asking about buying a shotgun for the first firearm. If you've been shooting guns since you've been 12 and you have a lot of experience, then a shotgun would be fine. I just don't think any new shooters should get a shotgun just because, like, if it's a 12 gauge and it has a lot of recoil, it's going to steer people away from practicing, which is what you need to do. Oh yeah, Yokoshima, definitely. I have a 7.5, and all it's good for is making your ears bleed and trims your eyebrow hairs. Yeah, 10.3 is the shortest anybody should go, in my opinion. Hey, Focus, how's it going? Yeah, everybody in here, if you haven't yet, double tap that screen and like the stream. And want to support a Guntuber, be sure to hit that subscribe button. YouTube is really messing with us right now. We've got so many of us Guntubers that are not getting views. They're not pushing our content. They're starting to ramp up their anti-gun agenda. Ammo Alchemist makes me want expensive guns. Yeah. Right there with you. I almost don't want to do my Glock 19 build after seeing your DP. After seeing my DP. What do you mean DP? Are you talking about J-Dog? What's up, Peter? Welcome to the stream. Ammo Alchemist is making the revolver look sexy again. I think revolvers have always looked sexy. To be honest with you, I really want a Colt single action army. With a flared hammer. Just a straight up cowboy gun. That's the most aesthetically pleasing revolver in my opinion. Oh yeah, Johnny, how was the family reunion? Yeah, single actions are awesome. Not practical anymore, but awesome. Is armor-piercing rounds good for AR-15? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But there's a lot of gun ranges that won't let you shoot them. If you're talking about like green tips and stuff. So what I would suggest that you do is you can continue to buy them, and I would just stock up on them, and just be sure that you're only training with FMJs. Tried to love the revolver, but it's not for me. Hey, I understand. I understand. 78 of you in here. Wow. You guys are so awesome. This is the most I've had in here. 85. Holy crap. Heritage wheel guns are a great piece or a great price and not bad gun for the price. Are you a fan of making your own ARs, like milling out your lowers and whatnot? Um, so I'm not a gunsmith, and unfortunately, I live in Illinois, so I don't really have the luxury of being able to just get that stuff and mess around and make builds because they issued a semi-automatic ban. They want to say assault weapons ban, but I'm not going to call it that. Uh, in 2023, so kind of SOL in that regard right now. What do you think about the Walter PDP? I think the Walter PDPs are a cool looking pistol. I have never personally shot one. But if I had one in front of me and I had the option to buy it and I had the money, I would buy one. I've watched a lot of reviews on them, and they seem like a good, reliable pistol. Got to head to sleep. Have a good night. All right. Good night, Orange. Thanks for jumping in. Be sure to all double tap that screen and like the stream, y'all. If you like gun content, I've got over 100 videos in my library that you can go check out. Feel free to subscribe. Oh man, I'm so glad Indiana isn't like that. I'm not a gunsmith either. I kind of just measure everything out and use a drill press. Hey, whatever works. But see, like stuff like that's so hard to come by around here that you don't want to risk it because, you have run the risk of ruining something, and it's very difficult to get anything else. Old Johnny B's got it worse than me. He lives in Illinois as well, but he's uh, in the worst part of Illinois, has the strictest gun laws. Illinois is so bad that their gun laws are separate depending on where you're at in the state. Be so glad to get all this done, get my gun wall done, so that way I don't have to randomly set guns around my room while I talk to you guys. I can just have them hung up, all nice and neat. Guess I'll just pull the bullet and collect the gunpowder. Texas is a great place for gun owners. Yes, it is. My brother lives in Texas, and he tries talking me into moving down there all the time. I'm in Jersey. This state strips your 2A rights. Yeah, yeah, I feel your pain. Sorry to hear that, man. Tactical walls work good and easy to install. Well, I work in a metal shop, so I ended up taking 3-inch channel and cut it into strips, and then took some 1/4-inch flat stock, drilled holes in them, and then just some one-sided adhesive, and I made these for free. So I'm just gonna mount those on my wall and set my guns in them. No money spent. Maine is Texas of the North when it comes to 2A. It's crazy how you have like such pro-gun states so close to anti-gun states. Florida is finally passing the tax stamps on suppressors and HBR or SBRs. What, like Texas did, like where they're not enforcing it. Aztec, yes, I have. I think PewView. I watched a review from him talking about it. It looks awesome. Shit. Long as we keep the chat clean, you should be good, broski. What are you talking about? Me getting like shut down or something? Hey, Dust. The stream's going really well. Looks like we got just shy of 100 people in here. Broke 500 subs. It's going great. I'm surprised you're not on live. I usually try to hop in whenever I see yours. Just found your channel. Is there any magazine extension that are aluminum that will fit a Shadow Systems MR? Check out Floyd Custom Shop. Almost to 550. Wow. I've gained almost 100 subs tonight. That's fantastic. Thank you, everyone. In 4570, you can put a can on it, and it looks really awesome. We won't let them shut you down. You got too much support, bro. Thanks, Focus. I really appreciate it. So, but they've really been messing with some other gun tubers that clearly were not in the wrong either. Even had video proof, and you know, had to spend hours today on a waiting list trying to talk to customer support and all that crap. I think they're trying to make it such a pain in the ass where we just give up. Hey Dax, welcome to the stream. If you like guns, double tap that screen, like the stream, it really helps me out. Hit that subscribe button. What's your opinion on Daniel Defense? I think Daniel Defense is awesome. Can't go wrong with it. Going to bed, just subscribe to your channel. Thanks, Peter. I really appreciate you. Have a good night. Get some rest. I just did a camo job on my bullpup, painted a sweet red with black highlights, and put a bunch of Deadpool decals on it. Even slapped a Deadpool Funko Pop keychain on there. What kind of bullpup? An AUG? Tavor? I did, and I asked about the Marco with Harrington Arms. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've had several people coming in here. It's very difficult to try to keep up with everybody. Wehan, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It's going good. How are you? Sold guns at Academy for like 2.5 years. Now I'm at Murdoch's. Oh, sweet. Curtis says, I've been a gun lover my whole life. I've been a gun lover for probably the past 5 years. I mean, I've always liked guns, but then I got around some friends that were really into guns, and I really fell into the culture, and I don't know, just fell in love with it. The past 3 years, I've been real heavy into it. It is definitely my new passion. Yeah, I don't know if the Deadpool guy's trolling or not. You need to keep your live streams when they're done on public. Otherwise, you don't get the watch hours if it's on private. Are my other ones on private? Because I didn't know that they were. All right. Have a good night, Zach. Thank you. Just call you Van. Okay, will do. Hey there, Tactical Dad. What's your opinion on the Springfield Hellcat Pro if you have ever handled one, of course? I have handled one, and I don't think that they're a bad pistol. They're not bad. I wouldn't say that they're the best, but pretty good. The limited runs from Daniel Defense are awesome, really cool proprietary grips on their M-Lock handrails. Something wrong with the custom paint job? I'm just more of a practical guy as far as paint jobs, camos to match your surroundings, uh, just normal black. I don't know. I don't usually do the fancy camos like that. Done recording, you have to go back in and make them public. Oh, I didn't know that. Crap. Is the other ones too late? Can I go and make them public now? Or am I not going to get my watch hours for those? Yeah, we can make some public. Okay. I don't see any of your other streams on there, so that's why I said that. After you end streams, click the three dots and make sure to set them to public when it uploads so you can get public watch hours. Okay, I got you. Once they're on private, they're cooked. Oh, so I lost all the watch hours and all the other ones I've done? See? See? This is why it's so nice to have you guys. Because I've just been winging it since day one. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been watching, paying attention to my watch hours or anything because I'm not even at 1,000 subs yet, so I haven't been paying attention. And I didn't figure I was even gonna hit my watch hours or anything before the end of the year. No, you can turn them back to public, but people actually have to watch them. Oh, okay, I got you. I understand I'm a hunter myself, but a bullpup has no hunting practicality, in my opinion. So why not have some fun with a little project? Oh, I mean, all the more power to you. They're your guns. You do with them what you want, of course. I'm just telling you what I do and how I feel. Hey, love that toy. What is it? Are you talking about the rifle in front of me? That is a CZ 600 Alpha, bolt action, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. J Dog, I'm gonna pin your message here. Yeah, everybody that's in here, if you haven't yet, double tap that screen and like the stream. Hit that sub button, really helps us out. YouTube's really crapping on Guntubers right now, not pushing content, so this is the best way to push it forward. Don't let them shut us up. How did you get into guns, sir? So I grew up with them. My grandpa hunted, my dad hunted, so I was always around them, and I've always liked them. But it wasn't until about 5 years ago I met now my best friend, um, and he is heavily into guns and does a lot of his own gunsmithing. He's very smart, and I did a lot of range days with him, and I fell in love with it then at that point, and so I started buying my own guns. And I don't know, I can kind of chalk like gun ownership up as like buck fever. Whenever you go hunting and you get your first buck, you just want to keep doing it. And yeah, I in the 3 years of like really getting heavy into it, I've accumulated a lot of crap. Is this a new setup? I haven't been in here in a week or so. Kind of working on it. Kind of working on it. So I'm working on some gun rack brackets that I made. Gonna get a gun wall going. It's nothing fancy, but it's my own space. It's good for making videos and doing live streams and hanging out with you fine people. What handguns do I have? Let's see. I got a Ruger 5.7, Ruger SR 45, Smith& Wesson M&P 2.0 metal, uh, Smith& Wesson M&P 1.0 Shield, Smith& Wesson M&P 2.0 Shield 9 Easy. I've got a Fag P9R, which is like a Browning high power. Um, Crap. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all my pistols. I just came for the class. Good sir. Hey Salem, welcome to the stream. Show the shotgun. There it is. I can't pick it up. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I can't. What's my favorite handgun I own? That tungsten Cerakoted Smith& Wesson M&P 2.0. YouTube rules, Salem. We can't touch guns on live. You used to be able to, but I guess there was a guy that committed suicide on a live stream once, and he sat there for like 6 hours before YouTube found out about it. So they changed their policy to where nobody can handle firearms on live. They'll shut me down for that, and not worth it. If you haven't yet, be sure to double tap that screen and like the stream, y'all. Greatly appreciate it. Hit that sub button. What's up, Phantom? Yeah, yeah, Salem. It's always one person to ruin it for everybody. Always. Not just in the gun world, but everything. Any M&P is 1,000 or 1,000,000 times better than a Glock, Canic, or Sig. Concealed carry trucking. I wouldn't say it's better than a Glock. That's all based on people's personal preference. You can't deny that Glocks are reliable, and well, they're all definitely better than Sig because they don't unalive people unless you squeeze the trigger. But um, that's all personal preference there. Me personally, I agree with you. I think Smith and Wesson is better, but that's just because it fits better in my hand. They're more comfortable in my hands. But I will never knock Glock and say that they're 1,000,000 times better because it might not be that way for other people. It's just the grip angle on a Glock is what messes with me more than anything. As far as gun lovers go, if you know, you know. Yeah. I hear people from Illinois secretly sneak into Wisconsin for cheese, beer, and brats. Yeah, and probably also sneak into Indiana and Missouri and Kentucky for other things that Illinois won't let us have. Hey, Shed, how's it going, man? Hey, bro, Vet Finesse Angler. If anybody likes fishing, go check out his channel. That's actually my brother. I was talking about him earlier. He's down in Texas. I own a Glock 19 with 800 rounds in it. Hiccup twice. Really? What were the two malfunctions? And do you have anything done to the Glock, or is it just a basic Glock? What is that loop? What are you doing with it? Is that belts? Oh, Salem. So I made at my job. I welded some 3-inch channel onto some 1/4 inch flat stock and drilled a hole. I'm just making some homemade gun racks that I'm just gonna mount on my wall, so that way I can make a gun wall. And this right here is just one side adhesive foam. Just got done at the skate park. That's wild. I don't know if I've ever had a hiccup at any of my Glocks. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a little odd too. Might be the ammo. Have a good night, Salem. Yeah, all the Glocks I've shot, I've never had a malfunction. I'll say the same with my Smith and Wessons as well. I've never had a malfunction out of any of them. What kind of handgun do you suggest to encounter animals like wolves when in camp, such in case of emergency? Um, so if you're in a place where you have wolves, the chances are it means you probably also have bears. So I would definitely go with a 10 millimeter. And Smith and Wesson makes a great 10 millimeter, and Glock makes a really good 10 millimeter. BFG revolver and 4570. I'd rather have something that I could handle a little bit of the recoil. 4570 in a pistol is a bit much. Factory Gen 5 MOS with RMR stock trigger, mag issue, factory mag, and mag release range. USA said to contact Glock, and I did. They sent new mags. Haven't shot it yet. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I didn't catch you answering. What was the malfunction? Like not locking the slide back? Failure to feed? I'm about to replace my Glock 43X barrel because 4,000 out on it. How's the rifling on it after 4,000 rounds? Problem, Red. Travis, I'm a felon. What kind of muzzle loading revolver should I get? Uh, I don't know. Get yourself a musket. That sucks. That's another thing. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. So, whenever it comes to felons and their gun rights, who else feels like if, especially if you're a nonviolent felon, nonviolent, if you serve your time, you get through your parole, you pay your fines, who else agrees that you should be able to get your rights back? I think you should be 100% fully reinstated, because if you're deemed a risk to society, then why are you out? That's the problem with our justice system. I was a felon. I had to go to court and fight for my FOID and CCL, Illinois resident. Oh, you're an Illinois resident? Right. I personally know a violent felony. He has completely turned his life around. He used to be a gang member, now has a family and works on his job. I feel like since he hasn't done anything. Yeah, actually, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you have to start somewhere in fighting for felons to get their gun rights, and they've actually kind of already started that. Um, I think they're starting with non-violent felons because that's kind of like the way to ease into the door of giving back rights. But yes, uh, even violent uh, felons, I think, should be able to have their rights back after they do their time and pay their fines and stuff. Because if our justice system wasn't so screwed up, uh, if they're deemed a risk to society, then they shouldn't be out in society to begin with. And they need to work on that. Like if you just need to be freaking locked up, then just lock them up. That's the problem is there's no justice in anything anymore. That's why crime is going up. Between that and then they're taking guns away from people, so criminals know that law-abiding citizens aren't packing to protect themselves. So it's just kind of free reign. In Florida, you can keep your gun rights if it's a nonviolent felony. If violent, after 7 years, you can petition for your TRA rights back. And as a felon, you're allowed to petition to have a rifle. Oh, really? I knew about the 7 year thing because Illinois does that too. But they always say they're going to deny you the first time. or shotgun to defend your home. Yeah, like I feel, you know, like even if you can't get your concealed carry license or anything, you should be able to have a firearm at home to protect your family. Yeah, I'm in rural Illinois, bought a house out here near DeKalb, lived in Chicago for years. Okay, I agree. Just nonviolent felons should be able to have rights. I had a class 2 felony for stolen motor vehicle and a few other charges when I was hanging out with my gang, banging cousins in Chicago. Good thing I never caught a gun charge. Oh, that's good. That's like busted for smoking weed. It shouldn't be such a terrible mark on your record. Yeah, exactly. You know, the crazy thing is that crap's illegal, or that stuff is legal in the state of Illinois now. And I'm pretty sure that there's people still serving time in the Illinois state pen for that. Yeah, I mean, I figured the state's going to try to get money out of you one way or another, but yes, it is worth it. You're getting your gun rights back. I didn't even realize that my backdrop wasn't on. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. There we go. Bryce, I'm in Illinois. What's the rifle on the table? Coyote Hunter. That is a CZ 600 Alpha. It's a bolt action, 6.5 Creedmoor. It's got a Vortex Venom, 5x25. I carry every day, and when the cops pull me over, it's all love. They don't harass me or give BS. It's all love. Yeah, yeah. That's what's nice about rural Illinois when you come down south. Um, so naturally, whenever they pull you over, it does tell them if your concealed carry license or not. And I got pulled over a while back, and cop come up to me, um, told me the reason why he pulled me over, and he was like, "Sir, do you have a firearm on you?" I was like, "Yes, I do." I was like, I carry appendix," and he's like, "Okay, fair enough." He's like, "As long as you don't reach for yours, I won't reach for mine." It was just calm, cool, collective, and that's how it should be always. Cops tend to be a lot easier with you once you tell them you got a piece. Every time they were super chill with me. Yeah, I run a Venom on my 243 and 300 Win Mag. I love that scope. Yeah, I do too. The glass on Vortex, they're to be honest with you, I would put Vortex up there with Leopold. I think Leopold, you're paying for the name. Um, Vortex with their warranty is unmatched in my opinion. I need a 6.5 Creedmoor in my life or a SOCOM 16. Just subscribe. Nice to see this material on YouTube. Well, thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. I'm 100% just a gun tuber, so everything I do is gun content. Um, YouTube right now is really shitting on us gun tubers. They're not pushing our content. I went from getting like thousands of views to barely breaking 100. So the best thing that you guys can do is if you see my videos or any other gun tubers videos, be sure to hit the like and comment on it because that makes them push it in the algorithm. And then also do me the favor, if you haven't yet, double tap your screen and like this stream because that really helps me out too. Rifles and shotguns are legal here in Texas anytime. Yeah, rifles and shotguns are legal here in Illinois too, except for uh, semi-automatic rifles, the ones with pistol grips and detachable magazines. I can have an SKS, which I've got one here. You can barely see it, but I got a Chinese Type 56 here. I've heard a lot about Arkans, and I haven't looked into them, and I have no experience with them. But I really should look into those because since I've been doing this YouTube thing, I've heard about Arkan several times. Thanks concealed carry trucking. I really appreciate you. I have a Leopold on my 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a Thompson center compass bolt action with also a special turret on scope for a 6.5 Creed. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got a buddy that has a 500-yard range that I'm really itching to get out on and stretch this scope's legs and see how it's going to do. There we go. I live in Canada and I wish we had a quarter of the gun rights you have. It's a crying shame being a law-abiding citizen and they treat you like a criminal. Yeah, it's slowly but surely getting worse down here too, man. I really feel for you. Um, I guess it just depends on what state you live in America, but my state hates guns. When I turn 18, should I get a PSA AR? PSA makes good budget ARs, entry level, to get your foot in the door. You've also got Air Precision, you've got Anderson. But yeah, I mean, PSA, you can spend what you need to do is get yourself a budget AR. Whatever your budget is, take some of that money for ammunition for practice. So PSA, you could spend $450, $500 on an AR and buy some ammunition and practice with it. Price, I know that exact rifle. If you reload, look up Johnny's reloading bench. He made some reloads for the compass. When I was in high school, we carried rifle, shotgun, and fishing pole in our truck. Oh, that's cool. Began by oiling up my new Beretta 300 Ultimate Patrol, and gosh, it was fun putting back together. I've never field stripped a Beretta. Is it a pain? Focus, haven't gotten into long range shooting yet. I wouldn't really consider what I've done long range shooting either. 300 yards. That's the furthest I've ever shot out at is 300 yards. I would really like to try pushing out to 700-800 yards, really testing the limits, but we don't really have any places around here that has a range that long. In Oklahoma, we can have our rifles and shotguns, magazines loaded in our vehicles, just can't have one in the chamber. I got an M&P 10 millimeter for my first handgun. Ooh, man, that's a meaty handgun for your first handgun. Not to mention some expensive ammunition. How's it going, Farhad? Welcome to the stream. Be sure to double tap that screen. Really helps me out. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I remember those days. We would show up to school late, leave early during gun season with our guns in our cars at school. Can't do that shit nowadays. No, you can't. Have a Lancaster? No, just a Henry lever action. What state are you in that hates guns? Illinois. 550. Hell yeah. I know people talk bad about them, but Bear Creek Arsenal, I got an 18-inch upper from them and it shoots lights out, no jams or malfunctions, shoots under MOA. Use it on a lot of use it on a lot of coyotes. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on Bear Creek. I like small guns. I can deep conceal carry inside me. Whoa. Okay, everybody. Well, I really appreciate all of you jumping in real quick. Be sure to double tap that screen if you haven't yet and hit that subscribe button. But it is creeping after 11 here. I'm going to shut this stream down and get stuff cleaned up and get ready for bed. So, thank you all very much. Have a good evening. Bye bye, y'all.